It's time to focus on the things you need, the things you deserve. You deserve a healthy body, supplements that get you moving and keep you moving, that make you feel good, look good, do good. And they shouldn't contain GMOs, artificial ingredients, or heavy metals, ever. Supplements that are clinically studied, use proven absorption technologies, are designed by scientists, and are ethically sourced and produced. Supplements with everything you need, nothing you don't. You deserve a company that you can trust, that's dedicated to safe manufacturing practices and third-party testing, that ensures the highest quality of effectiveness from extraction of ingredients all the way to the composition of the packaging. Wait a second. You deserve to see the process. You deserve a company led by a CEO with a deep belief in the power of people, dedicated to inspiring entrepreneurs to achieve success. A company with a phytonutrient chemist and expert on natural molecules who is obsessed with human health and has your best interest in mind to design its products. A board comprised of talented doctors from around the world. You deserve to be surrounded by people you trust and look up to. Empowered ambassadors that inspire wellness every day. Leaders who are rooting for you to be the best version of yourself. A community that works hard and plays hard. You deserve to experience adventures that take you around the world, and you deserve to be recognized for your hard work. It's time to get what you deserve. It's time to shift your focus. 3.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the call. We are Lance and Tracy Smith from San Diego, California, and we'd love to spend a few minutes with you.
Yeah, we're excited to be here with you today. Wherever you are around the world, this is our weekly global call, and we thank you for joining us, especially those of you that are looking at this for the first time. I know several years ago I sat in a room and got a chance to hear the opportunity we're to share today, and it changed my life. And it has the potential to change yours. But let me tell you really quick about us before we get into the details. We are from San Diego, California. We met at a retail store here a bunch of years ago. And she was the new cashier. And I went through her line one day and I asked her on a date. And I spent the next 3 or 4 years promising that if she married me, life would be great. We'd travel the world. It would do all kinds of neat things. And then she had no choice. She said, I do. And I was broke. I worked at a retail store after a lumber company after that. She worked as a bank teller. And it was funny because I don't know if any of you have ever struggled financially before. I know that today with the economy and with what's happened over the last 3 or 4 years, a lot of people are hurting. But we financially got ourselves in trouble. We kept getting letters in the mail that said you're approved and would fill them out and get more money. And next thing I know, we got ourselves in debt. And it really took me coming home one day and finding Tracy in tears because the creditor had been calling her all day long to realize that I needed to do something different. And that's when I started looking, and that's really what kind of led me to this path. At that time, I was looking for franchises. I was looking at vending machines, golf course, driving ranges, laundromats. I had all kinds of things, but I was broke. I didn't have experience. And that somebody shared with me this idea or the beginning version of this, and it really made sense to me. It checked off the boxes, but it really wasn't, I got to be honest with you, it wasn't really what I was looking for, but really it filled a lot of the things that we thought we wanted. We wanted to be able to work when we wanted to work. We wanted to work where we wanted to work. We wanted to have something that was a low risk but a high reward. And to say that's changed our lives would be an understatement. It's been 30-something years since we've had a job working for somebody else. We absolutely love what it is we do today. So 3 is a company that was put together about 1.5 years ago by some business partners and us. There was a lot of people that had been around the industry and they were looking for putting together something in a big way. And it was really focused on things. Number one is improving yourself, loving or improving yourself, working on your mindset, working on having a better life for yourself, working on a healthier self. We want to do something where we could benefit our families, create a legacy type company that would bless those around us. And we want to have a community of like-minded people that would uplift each other, especially coming out of COVID. We thought, now more than ever, we need to have a community of people that lift each other up, not tear each other down, and reconnect. And that's really the foundation of 3 and how we started. The foundation was a cumulative effort or a collaborative effort from a group of experienced leaders. I was just talking to someone the other day, and I believe that if you take the top 30 or 40 people that had joined and started this company, I think they've done somewhere between 15 and $17 billion in total revenue over the last 15 or 20 years. And we came together wanting to build something the right way with the right people. And we launched in May of 2023. Our headquarters are in Lehi, Utah. And we also just opened up in this spring. We had an office out in Hong Kong that we opened up, and we just opened one recently in Indonesia. And so it's a diverse global community of proven leaders. And, what I love about this is I've looked at different opportunities, and going back to when I first started looking at opportunities, if I went down the street and wanted to open a business up with a restaurant and I found somebody who was successful, they're not going to want to teach me. I mean, they're not going to want to show me how that works, because if they showed me, I would be competition to them. And what I love about what we're putting together here at 3 is we've got people that have got experience, that know the way to show the way, and help lead and build this. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And that's really how we divided this thing or devised this at the very beginning. Daniel Piku is our founder and our CEO, and we're really excited to have him here. Daniel is somebody who's he had a really tough childhood. Grew up in less than perfect conditions, but he made himself. He went to Texas and he made a name for himself down there in the tech industry. Made a lot of money. He saw our opportunity or saw this business and decided to jump into this field. And he's putting this together in a big way. And he came over here to build something amazing, which is exactly what we want. I've been in the industry again for 30 years. I've worked at $3 billion companies, and I've worked with all kinds of executives and owners around the country. And there's no person I have more confidence in than Daniel Piku. We're grateful to have him leading the charge. He's followed by Dr. Dan Gubler, who's Caltech trained. He is an amazing man. He's an incredible scientist. He's our chief scientific officer. And I could give you his bio, but I'd use up all my time here tonight. But as you take a look at 3 and you do your homework, you're going to see that he is amazing as far as what he's put together. And that's followed by Troy Moore, who's our COO, who's built $1 billion brands in hundreds of different countries and territories. And so with us starting in 14 countries, it's great to have him handling the logistics in those countries right now to kick this thing off. And so what our opportunity is this cross-border social e-commerce. And what that basically is we live in a small world where you can jump online and order something. You never know what country it's coming from. You don't know necessarily who's manufacturing it. But the whole environment has changed. Years ago, if you wanted to get something, you go to a retail store or just a store down the street. Now, most of us go ahead. The first thing we do is we jump online. And that cross-border e-commerce is really the way. And we have a social aspect to it, which is really important because back in the day, years ago, when we used to advertise, you'd have a Super Bowl or you'd have something and you'd spend a couple $1 million, you'd have some type of celebrity get up and promote a brand. And that really is the way advertising was. It was big names out of Hollywood promoting products. And from there, the YouTube came along and others, and also you had these big influencers that were out there, and they'd promote something and people would go buy something. And today it's really the micro influencers that really have the power. I read a statistic just recently that says you're 80% more likely to buy something or listen to a recommendation from a friend or somebody that you're close to than you are some celebrity online. And that's where this idea of cross-border social e-commerce comes from. Our phase 1 markets was the United States, obviously, where we opened up. Canada, Greater China, Hong Kong, Macau, Indonesia, 14 different countries to start this thing off. And it's amazing. While we're over here in the United States, we're in San Diego right now. Our partner, Kim Wee, is over in Asia. She's building a business out there along with a lot of other great leaders. And really, truly, the sun never sets on this opportunity, which is amazing today. So who's our target market? What are we looking for? Well, there's several types of people that we're looking for. We're looking for people who want a business opportunity. Like us, for Tracy and I wanted to have an opportunity where I didn't have to quit my job, where I could have, low risk, high reward, something I could work if I wanted to work, with who I wanted to work, when I wanted to work, and where I wanted to work. And there's a lot of people out there today, the idea of getting one job and working for somebody for 45 years and getting a gold watch, those days are gone. Companies pay you just enough so you don't quit, and you work just hard enough so they don't fire you. And a lot of people are struggling. A lot of people are having to take second and third jobs. And unfortunately, the problem with that is if the answer to solving your financial problems is throw more time at it, then you end up having a quality of life issue where you don't really have the time to do things you want to do. And rather than go and get 3 or 4 jobs, what we have is we have an opportunity that it's not going to make you money overnight necessarily, but you can build something that could literally match or surpass what it is you're doing full time, like it was able to do for us. The second type of people we're looking for is people who want to have better health and wellness. And certainly coming out of COVID and what happened through that, you know, for a lot of people, health is the most amazing thing out there. I read a post on social media the other day that, you know, a lot of people walk around and they got 30 or 40 different problems or things on their mind until they have a health problem. And then they have one issue on their mind. And if any of you have gone through those struggles, I know I certainly have. It really is life changing. And you know, a lot of people out there, I remember reading a story about one of the billionaires from years ago, Sam Walton, and he died pretty early in life. And when he died, he was the wealthiest man in the world. And the question came up is how much money would he have given if he could have lived another 10 or 15 years? And he was the richest man in the world. And the answer is he would have given all of it if he could have lived longer. And so I think we all feel that way. And the third type of people, we're looking for people who want to be connected with like-minded people out there. You know, if you hang around 5 or 6 people who are broke and unemployed, chances are pretty good you're going to be next. If you hang around people who are successful and moving forward and building businesses and talking about investment strategies and improving your finances, you're going to find yourself in that same direction. And the same holds true with your health. And so with us, the approach, and I'm going to pass this over to Tracy, and she's going to go over the products a little bit. But we have this old paradigm of reactive wellness. You know, the new paradigm is proactive wellness. You know, the old paradigm is you are what you eat, but the truth of the matter is you really aren't what you eat, you're what you absorb. And if you don't take the nutrients in, you're not going to get it. And the next one is the DNA is your blueprint. That's the old paradigm. The new one is putting together the right thing is the whole foods that really can nourish the body. And so with that, I'm going to turn it over to Tracy, and she's going to cover the products.
That's awesome. Well, I'm glad to be here. I have to tell you, it is epigenetics are everything now. And now, you know, I was raised where, gosh, what's in your DNA, right? And that's not the case anymore. And it gives us a lot of hope because we're in a new generation of healthcare. I wanted to go really quick over, this is our scientific advisory board. This is amazing. These guys are all graduates from huge medical schools. They're best in their field. And they came over to 3 pro bono. That means they don't get paid. And I'm like, there's no way this high quality caliber of people would come and work for free, but they do because they believe in Dr. Dan Gubler and his movement, and they all work systematically to curate, discover, and make our products. So this is our science and technology, the 3 pillars of research and development. This was very interesting. I work personally with Dr. Linda McCormick, and she says how important this is because a lot of different companies will go and they'll just go to a company and they'll find what the nutrients and all of those things that they want. They all go to the same place and then they make what they have. We're very different that way. We believe in exploration, and we can send you videos on all of these kind of things with Dr. Dan Gubler. And then he takes that, whatever he explores with, he curates and he absorbs, which we have a brand new product that just showed us all of that. So it's pretty neat. 3 products are recognized by authoritative publications. We have 7 products now. I was only able to say 6 a couple of weeks ago, but we have 7 products that are all entered into the PDR, the prescriber's digital reference. And I love that because that just shows you the high quality of products that we have and that you cannot pay to get into that publication. That's a big deal for me. You have to have all of the studies, the third-party trials, all of that to be entered into the PDR. It's a very big honor for us. So science and technology, third-party clinical studies, we talked about that. We have cellular absorption studies. So you're not just crossing your fingers. Gosh, if I take these nutrients, will they actually work? Yes, they are actually absorbed into your cells. Epigenetic studies, which is a big thing for me. I'm a person who has some genetic stuff going on and DNA, right? So this epigenetic study was really proof of why I needed to take those products every day. And then superoxide study. Excellent. We pay a lot of money to go through this research and development. Here is 6 of our 7 products. Let me go through really quick. We have information that we can send you on each of these products. We have Vitalite, which is a nourisher. This is a high supplement pack, nutrients, minerals, all of those things that you need on a daily basis. I love this. They're small capsules. They're very easy to swallow. They're individually packaged, so it's easy to share or just be able to travel with. I love this product. I feel it really quickly, around 20 minutes after I take it, I feel a little lift. And I think, oh, how much caffeine is in that product? There's none. We also have a product called Revive. It's called the Restore Revive. Actually reduces inflammation. Excellent product for pain relief or keeping that inflammation down. Inflammation is #1 problem for diseases, and so we always want to keep that inflammation down. Immune, the protector. Immune is good for gut health. Everyone's talking about gut health today, and it's so important. The gut is your second brain, so you always want to keep that healthy. Purify. I love Purify. I take it daily. It's a detoxifier, but it's not a laxative. So it's really important to know the difference, because a laxative can hurt your gut, whereas a detoxifier heals your gut. Eternal, which is an amazing product. Resveratrol, we're talking glutathione is an amazing product. I love to keep this product in my fridge, and I have to hide it from my grandbabies because it's so delicious. All of those superfruits, including acai, which I absolutely love and believe in. And then collagen, which is my first product that it's a monsterable product. You take it, it's a liquid marine-based collagen. You take it within 3 days, I saw a significant difference. So amazing product. There's nothing like it on the market. And I love to be able to sample this product, because I know people will be sold on it and know that our other products are just as good. Let me share with you, though, our brand new product is our 7th product. It's called Visage. I always go Visage. Visage. And it's a super serum. And it's a neurocosmetic, which is like, what? There's nothing like it in the market. It's first to market. And Dr. Dan Gubler was actually in the Mojave Desert, where it's very stressful to grow things. He was able to curate and develop a product called Visage. This supports healthy skin. It's amazing. It's a serum that you put on in the morning and at night. And our results are absolutely amazing. Clinical studies are coming out. And I have to tell you, our CEO, Daniel Paku, he just called and left messages for all of us saying, you're not going to believe it, but I ordered a bunch of Visage and it is sold out, and we're going to have a couple of weeks to replenish it. And that's how good this product is. And the before afters, if you're interested in this product, have someone that invited you send you information, because it's one of a kind. It is. And so that's our product line, and we love to share it, but I know the person who invited you would love to share more about what could apply to you.
Yeah, so let's talk about the shift gears from the product side of the opportunity side. And again, if all you did is get involved and have the products, these are life-changing products. We've been in the health and wellness industry for 30-something years, and these are the greatest products we've ever had, and we got the science to prove it. And even though we have a little bit of a backorder, they're coming in a couple of days, and so don't let that hold you back. We're just excited because people are realizing how great this is, and the demand is just off the charts. And so what our business does is it's really a turnkey business, and that's really what you're looking for. For a lot of people today to go out there and figure out these different business models that are out there. Again, it's going to be hard to find those. A lot of people are successful, don't want to share them. And here we wanted to put together something that was simple, that you could walk in and literally make a decision and say, let's go. And you'd have a business in place. You have a replicated website that would come up, instantly, that's e-commerce ready. You've got a back office that manages and tracks your business in 14 different countries. You have marketing and media tools that promote your business. So you don't have to go create your own stuff. We've got content. All you really have got to do is share. Then we have a training system and a supported global community, really to go help you build your business again, so you're in business for yourself but not by yourself. And I can't tell you how important that is for us. When we got involved in the industry, we were in our early 20s. We had no credibility. We were broke. We were frustrated, and we locked arms with some people who were very successful. And they weren't going to build it for us, but you know what? They said, Lance, if you run, we'll run with you. And it was a partnership, and that's what we're looking to do here, is help people. And so we've got this turnkey business in place. And with that business model, we've put together a compensation plan that compensates people for going out there and sharing this opportunity of 3. So if you heard from Tracy, we've got 7 great products. And really what we do is we go out there and share this idea with people. We share the idea of an opportunity to make more money. We share the opportunity of having products that can change people's lives. And what ends up happening is some people look at it and say, hey, it's not for them. And those people, I usually will give them a sample or 2, let them try some of the products. And a lot of those people end up turning into a customer. Some people look and they just say, you know what, I just want to be a customer. And because we have a new incentivized customer program, we've got a lot of people who are coming on board as a customer. We've got great products, great, a repeat model that you can buy it for cheaper if you buy it on a weekly or a monthly basis. That's just being put in place. And then some people come and look and say, you know what, if I'm going to do this, I'd like to create an income with it. And again, what we're doing is we're really talking about things that we tried that we like, and all of us do this anyway. If you go to a good restaurant, you're going to go and tell people, hey, this was a great restaurant, you got to go. Unfortunately, you don't get paid. If you go to see a good movie, you go jump on social media and say, hey, I went and saw this movie. We just did that last week. We saw a movie called Reagan. We thought it was great. We posted on social media, and I can't tell you how many people went, and I'm still waiting for the checks. There's no checks coming, but it doesn't work that way. But here's what we do is, because we realize that micro influencers are the key, and that people are 80% more likely to listen to their friends and neighbors. We incentivize it. So if you try something, try one of these 7 products and you like it, and you share it online, and somebody purchases that, you're going to get 6 different ways to create income. The first way is through retail commissions. It's a 25% retail commission. So if someone were to buy a product, let's say that was $100, you're going to get $25 back, and it's paid the next day, which is really cool. If somebody gets involved, number 2, they decided to build a business and they want to get one of our introductory packs that we're going to talk about in a minute. There's a bonus that comes along that, from $25 up to $350, as you get people involved that want to help build a team with you. The third one is commission overrides. And what this is you're basically going to have the ability, and it's the same in any type of industry, whether you were selling insurance, whether you were selling real estate or whatever, as you bring people involved and they become customers, or they become, people who want to build 3 with us, there's going to be override commissions that come in on a regular basis. And that's really where we move into a, ongoing income that, the potential of an ongoing income, which is a pretty cool thing, because as long as you have to show up hourly to go to work to make an income, you're going to always have time attached to money. If you go develop this type of a business, you have that, that type of income that can come in as a residual nature. And that's really exciting. And that's the third way of making money. The fourth is, if you help people become successful, you get a bonus back. And we start at 5%. It goes all the way up to literally 30% matching bonus. And that's paid by the company. And so it really says, if you go out there and grab somebody personally and you help them, let's say, make $1,000, the overrides go up to 30%. You could literally be getting paid, $300 for doing that. And I love that. If you help somebody make $10,000, you could literally get $3,000 for helping them do that. And what a great incentive in this business model. I've always looked at real estate. I've invested in real estate, never sold real estate, but I always wanted to be the broker if I was going to do it, because, even though the realtor gets the most money, the person who's the broker gets a small percent, but they get that off of a lot of different folks. And that's what the referral matching bonus is. And it's a great way to incentivize us to bless those people who are able to help other people make a lot of money. Number 5 is a 3% global bonus pool, and that's in 14 different countries. And as we expand out, that's going to be exciting to see that one grow. And then there's a global founders pool that's a limited time only. It's 2%. And if somebody gets involved and decides they want to be part of the founders pool and they buy a founders pack to get started, that pool is going to get big, especially if we go from 14 countries to 40 countries to 140 countries over the next bunch of years, as 3 develops his business model around the world. It's going to be really exciting to see. And so there's 2 options to get involved. One is to be a retail customer. And again, we've got a lot of folks that have done that. And even some of our best builders got involved as a retail customer first. And then they just got so excited about it, they started talking about it on social media. The next thing you know, they're making money, and they switched to the next one, which is to become a business builder, which is certainly how we got involved. And we absolutely love what it is that we do, because we're able to share this message of opportunity and great health, and be able to help others make a significant income. And from that, we've been blessed financially. So if you decide to get involved in that pathway, number 2, there's an intro pack that starts at 200 products that gives you a sample of 3 of our products. There's a premium pack that's $600 that gives you 1 of each of them, plus 2 of the Visage. There's a business builder pack that gets a little bit more. And then we have, for limited time only, the founders pack that allows you to have enough product for yourself, enough product to hand out samples, enough products to sell to other folks around you. And it also gets you involved in that founders pool, which is a really cool thing to do. And I certainly recommend it. If you're looking at this for the first time, I know I talk real fast. That's about an hour presentation. We just did about 20 minutes. Get back with the person that invited you and have them give you the more information. Like I said, this is the turnkey business models. We've got lots of videos from Dr. Dan, from Daniel, giving his vision on the company. We have a call tomorrow that's a training call. We also have a call on this Wednesday at the same time that we'll be going more in depth on the product. And we have a whole system in place to teach and train you. And I'm telling you, if you're at a point right now where you're watching this, you're really not sure, somebody invited you to be here. First of all, thank the person that invited you for being on this call, because it's a really kind of an honor. We're not looking to go get everyone. We're looking to help those that are closest to us. And I laid there in bed the first night I saw this, and I thought, who do I know that would like to look better, feel better, make more money? And man, there's a lot of people out there that are looking and praying for something right now, and this really is the key to it. We just started off. We've got a lot of leaders that have been building, billions of dollars. We finished our first year with 65 million, and we're gonna be an amazing billion-dollar brand over the next few years. And we'd love to have you become part of it. And so, thanks for joining us. And I'm going to have to turn over to Tracy. We'll get a couple of testimonials.
Tonight we have a couple of friends of ours that are going to give a couple testimonies. So if you guys can turn on your
cameras, there you go,
and unmute.
Yeah.
So we have Fotine and Fotine and Shannon. They're together tonight, and they are from Yuba City, Northern California. We're in Southern California. So hi, girls, and we have also Colombo and Karen DiSalvatore, and they're from Connecticut. So we're like, yeah, north and east as far as you can get. So Fotine, we'll have you start and give your testimony if that's okay.
Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Lance, first of all, for the opportunity to be on the call. It is an honor. As you know, we are in Yuba City, California. I am a retired restaurant owner and businesswoman for many, many years. I opened 5 restaurants in a matter of 12 years. So when it comes to duplication and doing things, I would say that 3 is so much easier. And the investment in 3 was so much smaller. And I returned that investment in 4 weeks because it was pretty easy to do, in all honesty. And you can't do that in a restaurant. It's just impossible. So when you're trading time for dollars, you can have a passion. And I did. It was Greek and American food that I served in my restaurants. And they were little. I had one that seat 325 people, and I had one that sat 25 people. So I've had everything in between. But the model of what we do here in 3 is amazing. And the products are by far the best I've ever seen. And I've been and always had good nutrition. That is one of my big things. Even though I was extremely overweight and obese during my restaurant years and stressed out, I always wanted to make sure that I fed my body good nutrients. And so thank God that I did, because it did save me. But I have to tell you that in that process, I found this young lady. I'm going to introduce you to Shannon now. I found this young lady who is a dog trainer, first of all. So she was training our young dog, our golden retriever, and she was really training my husband to deal with the dog. Okay. So I had her purposely train John. During that time, I was very, very sick. I couldn't walk from the back of my house to the front of my house without being exhausted. I wound up on 14 different medications over time, everything from steroids. I was diabetic. I mean, the gamut. And some major changes in my life to make sure that my health is better. And I am very thankful for 3 for that. But I walked into Shannon's business. She owns a
box store,
the Box and Crate store here in town. And I was mailing some product to a potential customer. And she looked at me and I said, "Hey, Shannon." She's like, "Oh my God, is that you, Fotine?" So she didn't recognize me when
it took me a hot minute to recognize it. Oh, that's like, what?
So anyways, I knew Shannon had a mind for business, and that's when I introduced her to what I was doing. She's like, "Whatever you're doing, I want to know what's going on." So that's how we come about. But I'll give you to Shannon now.
Yeah. So me being a entrepreneurial mindset, I'm very wanting to be hands-on on anything. I'm determined to know if it works for me. I want to be full, focused into it. And I've been through so many different career options. Also went through gym supplements too, and that never worked. I'm like, you find things, but it's just it's not the same. This is different. You have different ways of getting paid. I see it being a retirement plan. So it's definitely really good. And I'm also I am very adventurous, and I'm very outgoing party girl, so for them youngins, these supplements are really good for everybody in all honestly, it's good for our every generation of people out there. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Awesome.
she
Yeah.
just, she is a founder with the company as well.
Yeah.
Her sister
Sometimes
just,
3 too, actually.
yeah.
Level 3, yeah.
yeah, and she's a 3-star now. So she's definitely growing.
That's
Awesome, guys.
fantastic.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you guys.
Thank you for your time and
Thank you for
also-
having us.
Also, I just want to highlight too is Fotine just qualified for a $500 cash incentive that the company put just by
Yes.
building her business. It was just on the side, so a whole nother bonus on that, as well as Karen in Colombo did as well. So Karen in Colombo.
We'll switch from the West Coast to the East Coast. So
All right.
Columbo and Karen, take it away, guys.
Hey, thank you, Lance and Tracy, and it really is an honor for us to be here. And it's always nice to listen to Fotine and to meet Shannon. And so our story would start a long time ago. We were a young couple having our first child, and Columbo wanted to get me home as a full-time mom. I was a respiratory therapist, actually head of a department in a local hospital in Bangor, Maine, and we knew nothing about network marketing. Today they call it, e-commerce or cross-global. So it was just nothing that we knew of. And Columbo met a stranger at the University of Maine, and he started sharing this opportunity. So he comes home one night, and I have not had our baby, the first baby, and I'm in labor, and this gentleman is showing us a plan, and you can imagine I'm just not interested. So after a little bit of time, we had the baby, and while I was in the hospital, Columbo actually joined our first company. And then I came along. We had 2 more babies. I came home as a full-time mom, 3 baby boys in 4 years, and it was a good thing. But what I did love about this was I wanted to be a full-time mom, but I loved health and welfare, health and wellness always. So now we had our own business. So I felt I was still contributing and helping people with their wellness and with their health financially and in their physical bodies. So it worked out great. So we came through, we grew up in this business, in this space. We were with Lance and Tracy for many years, and Mike and Linda McCormick, and we had gone through a couple of billion-dollar businesses as well. And we saw the conception, and we saw the very beginnings of 3. And I can tell you, in my opinion, it is totally a God-inspired company. And we could not be in a better space. We could not have the best of everything that you would want if you wanted to join a company of integrity, of vision, of big hearts, with Daniel Pacu, and then Dr. Dan. He loves molecules, and now I do. I didn't know I did, but because of the great proactive products that we have, and they're amazing. The pay plan is terrific. And then John Maxwell would say, everything rises and falls with leadership. And we got to meet Kim Wee. We saw her from afar many years ago, but when Kim asked Sampson to get a hold of Lance and Tracy, we could kind of see it all start to evolve. So we are so blessed. I want to tell you, if you're looking at this for the first time, you cannot find a better business set up with the leadership here. For us, of course, all of us here is Kim Wee. And we've got the honor also to have Sampson nearby and always there, all the other 3 leaders. And as I said, we've worked with Lance and Tracy for many years. And I always say Mike in heaven and Linda McCormick. But we love doing this. And that's what drives us, because we've had many of our dreams come true. And we're just very, very blessed to be here.
We appreciate having the opportunity to spend a couple of minutes with you all tonight. My story goes back when my dad brainwashed me from the time I was 5 years old, never work for someone else. And that's because he had a job and he hated it. So by the time I was about 22, I started my first business, but that was construction. And that was kind of, even though I worked for myself, it was trading dollars for hours. When I ran into this perfect stranger that introduced this industry to me, I'll stop there and fast forward to today, because the statistics today are about the same. And that is about 70% of the people that get up and go to work every day hate what they're doing. Now, they don't necessarily hate what they're doing, but they hate a couple things. Number one, they'd rather be in business for themselves, but they're not. And they're not because they don't know what to do. They can't quit what they're doing, and they don't have the money to start a business. So when people are surveyed, most people, when they say, would you rather go work for someone else or work for yourself? the vast majority say, I'd rather work for myself. This business opportunity solves those three problems. You can get your own business started and you don't have to lay down $1 million. We were just with a friend a couple days ago that just joined, and he owned a franchise and he knows what it costs to put down hundreds and hundreds and thousands of dollars to get going. So to think for a few hundred or a few $1,000s to get a business up and running, to have a system just like tonight, you don't have to know anything. You can plug people into meetings like this that will teach you every aspect of the business, whether it be the products and how they work from the people that develop them, or from the business people like the few that are on the call here tonight, and ones you'll see almost every Monday and Tuesday night that have built the business successfully and learned from the mentors. So you have a system in place. So you don't have to know anything about business. You'll learn as you go. You don't have to quit what you're doing. That's another reason most people don't work for themselves. They have to quit what they're doing and try something that they don't know will work or not. And most people don't have the money. So not having the money, not knowing what you're doing, and not being able to quit what you're doing to try something that may or may not work is not a problem. So that's what this opportunity has to offer. And the fact that we have the greatest products on the planet, just as the icing on the cake. So that's who we're looking for, the people out there that are looking. I hope you saw something in here tonight, and I'm going to turn it back over to Lance and Tracy, and they're going to wrap this up. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thanks, Columbo, Karen. I appreciate that. And yeah, let's just wrap up this call. I'll just tell you that going off of what Columbo said, I sat there the first time looking at this. I want to talk to those of you that are looking at this for the first time tonight. I remember thinking to myself, what would happen if I got involved in this and it didn't work? And I'll just dispel that real quick. We did 65 million our first year and we're blowing up around the world. So it does work. But the question is, are you going to work it or not? But I remember thinking to myself, what would happen if I got it and it didn't work? Well, I'm going to tell you, you're going to get healthier because we got incredible products and you're going to get surrounded by people who are going to care and help for you. It'll shift your mindset. There's some of the, again, I've been in this space for 30 something years. Columbo and Karen were the ones we went to one of our first seminars, and we got a chance to listen to them years and years ago. But this changed my mindset. I was around a lot of broke folks and I was broke, and I got around some people who were positive. And that made all the difference in the world. If I got nothing else out of that, I'd have been successful just taking what I learned and going somewhere else. But then I remember thinking to myself, what happens if I don't get in it, it does work and everybody is successful without me? I thought my life would just kill me. And so if that's you tonight or wherever you're at this afternoon or this morning, take a serious look, get back with the person there, do your homework, and then really just come and join us. Because I mean, we got a freight train moving down the tracks, and we just love to have you on board, and we're here to help you with it. So with that, thank you, everybody. Have a fantastic rest of your day, wherever you're at.
Thank
Thanks, everybody.
you. Bye. Thank you.